excuse the fact that I look like a Five Nights at Freddy's character, but I got a story to tell today. I could be cooking, I may be cooking, whilst I'm cooking stone because I want to kit out my mine shaft with actual stairs instead of having to hop up. But yeah, no, I could be cooking. So, what do I mean? I mean in the relationship sense, this could be the end to my very, very long drought. So, what am I talking about? Well, today, I came back, it's nighttime, I came back from a get-together from like a uni society. Anyway, it was like dinner and then drinks. And previously I promised that I wouldn't be going to these types of things where I'd be getting drunk with, strangers. Instead I'd be doing it, with friends. But no, I've broken that promise already in 2 or 3 weeks. But alas, it was ended up being for good reason. So this is the same type of thing, same type of situation from last time. Yeah, what am I doing? It's just staying still. It's gonna be entertaining. So the same type of situation as last time. However, there was a lot less people. I think there was 100 plus people last time. Now it's just like a table full of people. It's 15, I'd say. But it was more I don't know, more opportunity for more talking. Is that right? I feel like if there's a lot of people, yes, it's funner, right? There's so many people to meet, but it's you can get lost in the sauce, right? You can get lost in the crowd a little bit. So 15, there's less people, right? More get to know people better. Anyway, all this to say, I arrived and there were 3 other people there already sitting down. So I found the table, sat down, said hi. There were 3 other dudes there. One of them I had met before the previous time, and yeah, we were just, having a good chat, chilling. There was no alcohol at this point, so we were just kind of, just waiting around. I was the oldest of the people there. Everyone else was 18, I guess. And yeah, that was, that fact was not made secret. No, it was that fact was pointed out a fair bit. It's fine. The story picks up where later on, after we're talking a bit, these 2 girls join. So now it's 6 of us. But they're on the other side of the table. So I'm not in the line of conversational sight, as so to speak. But I was interested in one of them. One of them, I would say it was attractive, looks wise, but I had not gotten to know them yet because they were just talking amongst themselves. But yeah, so I was just talking with the dudes in front of me, and then they couldn't really hear, the 2 people in front of me. I couldn't really hear them across from the table. After an hour or so, when other people came to the restaurant, not with us, but just because it's a restaurant, we can't book out the whole restaurant. So it got pretty loud, and they beckoned me to come over towards their side. So I was like, okay. I went around, they pulled over a chair, and now I'm sat next to these 2 dudes and the 2 girls from earlier. So after the conversation with those dudes subsides, I'm just sitting there, and then suddenly the girl that I was talking about before, asks, "Oh, so your name is redacted, right?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't have to make the initial first gesture, first move. So if we're counting green flags, this is a good one. So yeah, we were talking. And it was pretty easy talking, right? I didn't have to. If there were silences, it wasn't awkward or anything. It was just how you can talk to people. And it's typically when you're good friends with people, and you don't have to fill in awkward silences, or the silences themselves aren't awkward. I don't know this. What I'm trying to say is the conversation felt natural. I've been in a few conversations, I'm sure as everyone has, where you feel like you have to say something, and it's this kind of the silence has gone on for a bit too long, or you're just thinking of saying something. It wasn't like that at all, which was a plus. So as far as personality or gelling wise, it was good. And yeah, basically, so I was having a good time. By this point I had a few drinks in me. After a while, the 2 girls started packing up to leave, and I was like, damn, okay, this is my shot. I I gotta do something, right? I don't have any contact. I gotta at least get that. So I got out Instagram and I had it on my phone, and just for some reason I fumbled. I just stood there, unable to move, or unable to make a move. It wasn't even a move, just like let's say these were two dudes, and I wouldn't have any second doubt of getting the Instagram. I wouldn't think anything of it. But for some reason in my brain, as soon as it's a different gender, I'm just like, there's an extra air of caution. I don't know. It's because I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but asking for someone's contact isn't gonna make people feel uncomfortable. There's no necessarily ulterior motives with that. So they left. I said goodbye. I said it was great meeting you, and yeah, they left. So I was like, no. I remember I messaged my friends on the group chat saying, yeah, I fumbled. I wasn't able to secure that one in, but I said at the start of the video I could be cooking. Where was the cooking that was being done? If anything, this dish is long overgone. But no, because after a chat on the group chat, they said, you only live once, man. You gotta all this meandering and arming and ahhing is this is an immature behavior. We're adults now. We can just that's just how people operate. You shoot your shot, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work out, right? It's no biggie. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. So I took that advice on the head, and I said okay. I look for it's a thing over there. What do you call it? Trial chamber. I used the grey wolf that I found earlier. So stupid trial. Hey, well, the trial chamber distracted me. Yes. So I looked up their name on Instagram, and I didn't think I'd find their handle, but I did. Their handle wasn't even the name, which was the weird part. So some sign that I should shoot my shot. I didn't have any excuse of saying I had no contact, right? So I sent in a follow request, and currently, as of now, I'm awaiting a follow back or an accepting of whatever, so I can send the message. I don't know what I'm gonna do message wise. It has to be casual. I think moving forward, we had a good conversation, but and good banter, whatever, but I didn't set the tone where they would be expecting some sort of you know what I'm saying? The vibes, weren't exactly clear. As in my opinion. What I'm trying to say is we were just having a friendly chat. There was no serious flirting going on. So it has to be casual. How casual? I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, probably just nice meeting you last night. Fancy catching up, or I don't know. I'm not very good at cooking, as they say. I used to be. Prime year 8, I was a different beast. Not that it related to any results, but oh well. So yeah, this could be good. This could be good. I haven't had I haven't really been out that much anyway. So that explains things. But do I really have to go out drinking to is that the life I have to live now? I have to keep going out until I find someone. Why can't I meet people what I would say the normal way, just through life, right? Not that I drink coffee, but at a cafe, or but I'm not the one to just strike up a conversation at a cafe. People just be they got their headphones in, they got their AirPods in. Imagine trying to engage in conversation with someone with AirPods. They just got to take it down. They're like, huh? I'm sorry? Right, yeah. Are you actually trying to talk to me? Huh? I didn't know we did that as a society. That's why I think I'm born in the wrong era. It would be nice to live pre-cell phone, or at least pre-iPhone, smartphone era. Because with those clickety-clackety thingos, it was more lenient if you didn't pick up, right? I don't know. I had a brick phone for my late years of primary school, so year 5, year 6, and I think the tail end of year 6, which I would have been maybe 11 or 12. I had a brick phone. Not even it wasn't foldable. It was just a brick, right? yeah, and that one. So what I'm trying to say is I haven't lived that long to where I was familiar with how brick phones worked, or the flip phone era. But I assume it was more lenient. At least my parents did not lenient me because I was scolded at and shouted at many times for not picking up. Because how am I meant to pick up? Like, it was the ringtone was so quiet. We weren't allowed phones in school. We had to keep them in our bags. So I just forget. I forget that I have it, and what I'm just meant to have this. Hey, look, my fault. Now I have my phone in my pocket 24/7, right? Well, at least not when I'm at home. Mainly because I don't have pockets in my home wearing pants. Anywho, yeah. So I think that's what I wanted. I did also nearly stutter. Well, I did stutter the first thing I said to this person I've been talking about for the first half of the video. Yeah, I did stutter, but I pushed through, right? I didn't make a deal out of it. Not that I am a stutterer. You know, people just be fumbling words. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share. Hopefully this turns out well, and yeah, I'll send you an update. Oh wait, no, I do want to say this. It took a lot of willpower to even send the follow request, because I don't know, like it is also daunting for me to just be making like moves, even though this isn't a move like this in the first place. But also I have a lot of self-doubt when it comes to like asking people out, because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable, or like I don't know, like because like I can imagine being a girl, right, and probably to like high school or whatever, like you try and make guy friends, and then all they do is just ask you out, and it would be like, okay, I can't, right? You know, every time I make friends, you know, all these girlfriends I have, they're not asking me out, right? We're just friends, you know. Why can't I just speak to people without them having this like ulterior motive? So I can empathize with that being like a tough situation, or like a situation you don't want, right? So I don't want to perpetuate that, but at the end of the day, like you know, I'm trying to find a partner. I'm trying to, you know, so I have this self-doubt, and also, you know, they said they were in their first year. This is like the first society event they went to, and I didn't want to be that guy to just be like, oh, you know, so what's going on? Let's try. I didn't want to be that, you know. So I had a little self-doubt, but I was convinced that, you know, I shouldn't be having these thoughts. I'm just overthinking. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Respect to all the people, you know, having to deal with all these dudes trying to whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I'm saying. Anywho. Yeah. So have a good one. Carpe diem. I guess like what I did, you know, seizing the day, like taking opportunities, shooting your shot. We'll see if it pans out or not. Anyway, carpe diem. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.